My name is Oge Ndukwe. I'm the founder of GlobFolio. GlobFolio is a global investment and global investment portfolio, a startup that helps Nigerians at home and diaspora to discover opportunities both in good and bad times. I think the idea of GlobFolio basically started when I found out that a lot of Nigerians like to give people their money to invest for them, and then I saw it as a huge gap. And knowing fully well that if you want to attain financial freedom, one of the basic things you need to first clear up in your head is increasing your financial IQ and financial education. So what I do basically in GlobFolio is to educate people and help them, teach them how to manage their money while also copying us. There's a difference between teaching people what to do and also telling them to do what you are doing exactly. So what we do in GlobFolio basically is we invest with our money, and then because of how transparent we are, we then tell people what we are investing in and also how we are investing in those communities. And then basically we focus on both local and international markets. That's what we do. For us as for us in GlobFolio, we, like I said, we teach people how to invest. So one of the things that differentiates us basically in the market is that we have a track record of performance. We have a track record of investment. So we teach them how to invest in the Nigerian stock market. Now, not just teaching them, they also get to see us, see how we play the market, and then they also focus on the strategy that we have adopted. For example, let's look at what is happening right now in Nigeria, looking at the fuel scarcity. No, did you know that while other investment companies are telling you to come and save, as for us in GlobFolio, we are telling you where the opportunities are in Nigeria, which is what in downstream oil sector. So in the Nigerian stock market right now, one of the major and hottest sector right now is the oil and gas. So in GlobFolio, we tell you where the money is when other companies are telling you to come and save. That's exactly what differentiates us. So we turn every event, whether it's good or bad in Nigeria, into opportunities, and then we show you how to turn policy and politics into profit. That's what we do in GlobFolio. Right, GlobFolio basically is open to every Nigerian, whether you are at home or abroad. So as long as you have money in your bank account, as long as you have money sitting in your bank account that is not doing anything, you are a target for GlobFolio. So what we do is to help you put your money to work by copying what we do, by copying how we invest, by copying what we are putting our money in. So here you're coming to join a community where you see how they are investing and also copy the same thing and also get the same results. So for us in GlobFolio, our investment spans across different industries, from retail to manufacturing to oil and gas to real estate and all that. So let me share an example. People talk about being part owner of a business. People talk about investing in the business. But they forgot that one of the major places that you can take advantage of to be a part owner of a business is the stock market. So by being a shareholder of a company, you are actually being a part owner of that company. So for us, stock market opens up another level of opportunity where you can be a part owner of a real estate company, an investment company, a retail company, a manufacturing company, an oil and gas company. Like we look at Owando today, we look at Total today, we look at Shell. And funny enough, we don't even limit ourselves to Nigerian markets. We go beyond the local market to also span into the international market. So you watch Netflix every day, but you forgot that you can be a shareholder of Netflix. You use iPhone and you forgot you can be a shareholder of Apple. So you also use your bank account, like whatever, First Bank, Zenith Bank, GT Bank. You can be a shareholder of this bank. So what we do in GlobFolio is to look at the sector that is thriving at every point in time and eventually tell you where the money is. So we invest in different sectors, different economy via the stock market. That's what we do in GlobFolio. I think for us in GlobFolio, we have different investments style that suits different people. So that's why we take into account your risk profile. Risk profile for us is very, very key. Now, your risk profile is generally tied to your age. You can't be in your 20s and be taking larger risk. You can't be in your 40s and be taking a risk as someone who is in his 20s. So at GlobFolio, what we do basically is that we give you options to assess different investment based on your risk profile. Let's say, for instance, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, and then you're in your early 30s going to your 40s. We look at what we call aggressive investing, where you build your capital. So there we're looking at sector play. Like you look for hottest sector in Nigeria at every point in time and invest. Now, for someone who is in his 40s to 50s, we tell you to move away from aggressive to becoming an income investor. So by that, you are most likely going to be investing in assets that generate passive income for you. So for someone who is in younger generation, younger age, we look at growth investing. And then for someone who is actually at later age, maybe like 50s, 60s, then we recommend income investing, because at that time, what you are most interested in cash flow and not necessarily whether your asset is going up or down. So that's what we do. One thing about the investment landscape is it's always changing. Is ever changing, and in short, our strength basically is in volatility. Now, if you go back as far back as 2020, you will see that the economy had been battling one issue or the other. So let's use Nigeria as an example. In 2020, for instance, there was COVID, and a lot of people think that, oh, nobody's going to invest again, business are down. But did you know that telecom actually made a lot of money, because many of us were at home, so money actually flows to the telecom sector. So, and then after 2020, after that COVID, you also see that because we were at home, the government locked us down. We couldn't go out again. So the oil sector dried up. So when government lifted the lockdown, what happened? Many of us started going out, started paying for bars, started driving our cars, and then oil prices picked up at that point. So for us at GlobFolio, we took advantage of that opportunity to invest in oil, invest in food sectors and all that. And also in between, CBN had devalued our exchange rate multiple times, which also created another opportunity for us in companies that actually depends on export for revenue. And then when you drill down to what event that happened in 2023, where there was naira scarcity, there was a problem, but we forgot that a lot of companies that actually deploy fintech solutions made a lot of money, because many Nigerians were now depending on their mobile phone to make payment. Banks made a lot of money. And then fast forward again, CBN devalued Nigerian currency again in 2023, and the big part of it again was when government removed subsidy. So at that point, you see that there was also another event that played out during that period. And in each of these events, there was always an opportunity that many people have not been seeing, which is what we do in GlobFolio. Like in 2023, when the federal government removed the oil subsidy, you see that the price of oil tend to rally higher. People started paying higher for oil, and then many of us invested in downstream sector, and they're bringing that up to date to what is happening right now. Even as I speak, people are still battling to get fuel, and you forgot that there are companies that are sector that are making a lot of money from this particular event, which is the downstream sector. So for us in GlobFolio, volatility trends are always our strengths, because we understand that things will always change from today. We don't know the next one that will come up, but then from when you look at things now, price of food are actually going up very high. Look at inflation is going to surge in Nigeria, and that's a new trend that we're going to be looking forward to. And whether you like it or not, you're going to face it. You're going to pay higher for transport, you're going to pay higher for food. But for us in GlobFolio, we actually position our portfolio to make sure that we benefit from companies that are going to make more money from this particular event. We're actually preparing for a future where people are talking about AI today. AI is going to drive a lot of things. And don't also forget the fact that AI is also going to help people to take investment decisions and all that. But for us in GlobFolio, we feel that there are things that AI cannot predict. AI cannot actually predict and all that. AI cannot predict uncertainties. AI cannot tell you when next to actually whenever you want to spend your money. For instance, AI cannot tell you what you should be putting your money on, and then how best to allocate your money when it comes to your personal expenditure. And then we feel again that in as much as AI is taking over the trend, AI cannot think as human, because you are actually the one who is going to feed AI with the data that it needs. So for us in GlobFolio, whether AI is driving the trend or not, we just feel that whatever the future gives us, we are ready to still support the sector. Our own is to make sure that we look for the next best sector that's going to actually drive the trend tomorrow, and then invest in companies in that sector. My one big advice I always tell investors is master your money. Master your money. Don't think that the job of becoming rich is actually vested on another person. You are responsible for how you manage your money. And the final one, you can't invest without savings. Savings comes before investment. So please make sure you master savings before you move into investment, because it's only someone that has money in the bank account, it's only someone that has eaten that actually is ready to invest. So please, first and foremost, build your savings before you move into investment. Thank you.